Hello and welcome. So as you guys know, we already have a course running on Udemy. The course is Mastering EPLAN. So if ever you want to be part of the moving train, you are able to register for the course or enroll for the course. The link for the course is in the description. So just click on the link and it will direct you to Udemy. And from there, you are able to register or enroll for the course. So moving right along. The next question we received from our student was with regards to EPLAN properties. During the time when the student was editing his plot frame, it happens that the student was only seeing the EPLAN property IDs instead of seeing the EPLAN property designations. So maybe you might be wondering, what are EPLAN properties? In EPLAN, every object, symbol, device, terminals has properties. Think of properties as a piece of information about that unique object. For example, in reality, this could be a part number, a manufacturer's name, a description, or function text. In EPLAN, EPLAN properties keep track of all these using two identifiers. The first identifier is the designation, and the designation is a human-readable name. And then the second one is property ID. Property ID is a unique number that the software uses internally. So to show you guys in EPLAN what the student was experiencing, I'm actually going to open up one of the plot frames that I have. So I'll go to master data, and then I'll go to plot frames and forms, and then I'm going to open an existing plot frame. So I'll open the one that I had also in the previous video. So I'll just open it up. And once it's open like this, what you will see is that yes, indeed, it will appear underneath my page navigators. And right here, you can see we have the column numbers, the row names, and also we have all the other information appearing right here. So some of this information that's appearing right here, it's actually EPLAN properties, and some of them is just normal text. So some of it might be normal text, and some of it might be with relations to EPLAN properties. So the first thing that the student was experiencing was that he was actually only seeing the EPLAN properties as numbers. So to be able to see them as numbers, what you will do is that you would go to view and then say properties as numbers. So once I click on properties as numbers, you would see that all of them, they will start appearing as numbers. Others don't appear as numbers because they are just text which is approved. So it's text which is approved, and then it's a text which is created by, so you can see it's just a normal text. So it's not a unique text, it's not a EPLAN property. So therefore you can see these are EPLAN property IDs. So to be able to just move back to EPLAN property designations, you can actually just click here and then you will change back to EPLAN property designations. So you can see it's the difference between EPLAN property numbers and also EPLAN property designations. And this is what we speak about when we speak about the unique numbers, which are the EPLAN property IDs. In EPLAN, there is about 2,569 of these EPLAN property IDs. Therefore, there is no need to try and memorize each of them. If ever you need to find them, you can just go onto the internet and they are available for you to find them on the internet. So I can actually just show you guys, here is it. They are available for you to find them on the internet. So as you can see, there are about 2,569 of them. It is not necessary for you to remember each of them. You can just go onto the internet and therefore they are quickly available for you to find them on the internet. If ever you want to as well, you can just create a PDF of them and then you are able to have it on your desk or something like that. As you are designing, you are able to have them on your desk available immediately. And for me, during my editing, it is important for me to actually see the designation and not the property ID, because some of these numbers for me, they actually look very strange, which makes me not to be able to remember them. And I take it for other humans as well, it is much easier to remember something that's written. For example, here, creator phone, creator email, creator or customer full name, customer phone, and so forth. It is much easier to remember such information instead of remembering an information which looks like this one, which is a 10,000 or 10,110 or something like that. It's much difficult to remember such a number. So for me, it is much easier to remember the property designation instead of the property ID. So maybe you might be wondering then, why does EPLAN have property IDs and why is it displaying them inside EPLAN? Maybe it might be useful for them to be displayed underneath your internet or on the internet, for them to be displayed there. They can be identified on the internet, but why is it important for that information to be pulled through into EPLAN? So it is important for you to remember or use the EPLAN property IDs if ever you are using or creating scripts, and also if ever you are using or creating EPLAN APIs. Because scripts and EPLAN APIs typically references properties by their numeric IDs to avoid confusion across many languages. Because we know that we speak in different languages. There are people who are speaking maybe different languages like Dutch, people are speaking German, people are speaking English. So therefore, it is much easier for us to come together and understand each other by using EPLAN property IDs instead of using EPLAN property designations. Because maybe this is called in English structure identifiers, but maybe in a different language it might be called something else. It is much easier for us to actually collaborate or work together on a scripting or creating EPLAN APIs if ever we use EPLAN property IDs. If ever we're using designations, it might be quite difficult for you to actually collaborate with someone who speaks German or somebody who speaks Dutch or another language. So my suggestion is that if ever you are using EPLAN for just everyday EPLAN editing, designations is important to remember. But if ever you are scripting, you are doing EPLAN APIs, it is important for you to remember the EPLAN property IDs. So to conclude this short video and just to answer the student, I'd say that focus on understanding how to find the IDs when you need them, but memorizing all of them is unnecessary and inefficient. So therefore, it is better to actually just look them up on the internet if you need them, and therefore you can be able to access them. So that's all that the student had to do. He had to just change the properties from being displayed as numbers to being displayed as designations. So thanks very much for watching this video. If ever you have more questions, just hit me up in the comment section, and therefore I'll see you guys in the next question, which is the next video. So thanks very much.